Yai-da-dam. Yai-da-yai-da. Ay-ay-ay-ay-ya. Ay-ay-dam. Ay-ay-dai. Yai-yai-nam. Ay-ay-dai. Oh, ah, yeah, yeah, ah. Boker Tov, good morning. I am in the hot seat for today. Rabbi Jay had a funeral earlier this morning. I have one a little bit later, so we decided to just make it work for today. And so here we are, working for today. With a little bit of Torah on a Tuesday. I guess I'll have to go with some other sort of wisdom tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. But today, we'll digest a little bit of Torah. It's kind of nice out. I mean, I went to the bus stop in a t-shirt. Felt nice and crisp, and the sun is kind of shining. I saw lots of pictures. I don't know how early you were out of your house this morning, but in the 6 o'clock range where the entire sky was pink. Pretty awesome, I would say. There's a midah that I think attaches to it, which is so interesting because last night when I worked on what I would maybe teach today, because I know that usually it's mindfulness and midot. Well, I'm not doing breath work and all kinds of things that Rabbi Jay does. I figured we'd kind of stick to a midah. And in our 3-part series of teaching, we've been kind of having this element of attaching our teachings to a midah. And so the one prepared for today is Hakarat HaMakom, the awareness of the sacred in the moment. And so while I didn't see the pink sky until the very end of it, the pictures that I saw on social media were breathtaking. And sometimes we're just not aware of the sacred that is around us until we're wowed by it. And so this morning was one of those wow opportunities for those of us, for those of you who saw the pink sky. So let's talk about this week's parsha, this week's portion, which is Vayetze. And so I titled this The Dream at the Edge, when heaven meets earth. It's like, have you seen, I don't know, when I was a kid, my mom used to always say, of blessed memory, when the sky had a certain look to it, where it almost looked like panels of light were stretching upward. She always used to say, wow, this is like where heaven meets earth. It's like heaven's trying to tell us something. And that pink sky also feels like that. The warmth of the color, of the vibrancy, of the connection that when our eyes hit it, it's wow. So Jacob leaves Beersheba and he starts his journey toward Haran. At this time in his life, he's alone for the first time, without family, without certainty, carrying only the weight of his past and the promise of the future. So night is falling. He's got to sleep somewhere. So he gathers stones and he assembles them and uses them as a pillow. He lies down on the bare earth and has a dream. He sees a ladder, sulam, a ladder, stretching from earth, where he is laying down on the ground, to heaven. Angels are, there's like so many visuals of this. Angels are moving up and down the rungs of the ladder. And in his dream, God is standing beside him and says, I am Adonai, the God of your father Abraham and the God of Isaac. Know that I'm with you. So Jacob awakens and whispers the line that had echoed for generations. Achen yesh Adonai b'makom hazeh v'anochi lo yadati. Surely God is in this place, and I didn't know it. Achen yesh Adonai b'makom hazeh v'anochi lo yadati. Surely God is in this place, and I did not know. This is the very heart of this portion, the heart of Vayetze, where holiness is discovered in exile, awareness is blooming in uncertainty. Jacob's dream isn't an escape from his fear. It's a realization, it's a revelation within it. In that moment between exhaustion and awakening, a place where heaven and earth touch. The sages note something curious, something obscure, something that makes you wonder. Angels usually descend first and then ascend. But here, in this parsha, as the text says, they ascend and then descend. So obviously, leaves you head scratching, and then there's always a midrash. There's always some explanation of why. And so the midrash explains that these are angels who accompanied Jacob in the land of Israel, now ascending to return home, while the new angels descend to guide him in exile. It's a place of divine protection, which shifts as we move through life. Not gone, but just changing form. Spiritually, if we think of the latter, it's the bridge between worlds, between what is visible, what we can see easily, and what is possible, between the outer journey and the inner one. Well, Jacob's traveling, this is journeying, but inside a spiritual journey. Jacob's story reminds us that holiness is not only in sanctuaries, in settled spaces. It's in the waiting at the edge of exhaustion. In the moments we finally stop running and our bodies and our souls and our minds and our spirit and all that we are emotionally catches up. The midah for today, hakarat hamakom, literally meaning awareness of the place. It calls us to wake up to the sacred that's already there. Awareness of the place. So many times we arrive somewhere and we already have all these connotations in our brain, thoughts and the anxieties and the fears, everything that we built up to be. But we're not aware of the place. We're just carrying all of that stuff. But when we stop running and we meet the place, a different awareness takes us over. It calls us to wake up to the sacredness that's already here. It's in the mess, it's in the motion, it's in the uncertainty. The name Hamakom, the place itself, is an attachment to the divine name in our tradition, reminding us that Hamakom, this place, the space, all that it is, all that it isn't, reminds us that God is not only found in places, but as the place itself. One of the names of God is Hamakom, the place. We're living in modernity. We're living in the modern world, which is so antiquated at times, right? But modern life moves fast. We scroll, we rush, we react, we sleep, but rarely dream. Nightmares, maybe. But do we sleep long enough and well enough to actually dream? Like Martin Luther, of blessed memory, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Not like Jacob, although it'd be nice. We dream more often, not in sleep, but in our awake moments. Like we have a dream of what our life, what the world, all of these things could be. But we're still scrolling, rushing, and reacting that we can't even feel in that makom, in that place, what's to be. Jacob teaches us to pause and say, this shall be the house of God. This should be the place. This moment in time, this place, this is the space. This is where we need to be, in this place, in this moment. But Jacob teaches us the pausing part, to notice the notice the ladder. That there will always be a connection waiting between heaven and earth, between soul and body, between ideal and action. Awareness doesn't require, we talk about this often. We have been in the last few weeks because all of the parshiot, all of the Torah portions link together in the story of our people. But awareness doesn't require perfection. It requires presence. It requires to show up and say, hey, wait a second, I'm in this place. God too is in this place and I didn't know it. When he wakes up, he sets up a stone pillar and says, this shall be the place. This shall be the house of God. He doesn't build some grand temple. He just marks the ground. Here we go. Here's the marker of where awareness dawned. Each of us can do the same, to mark a moment, a conversation, a breath, and declare it sacred. A vision, something you saw. We all have the ability to do the same. To say, hey, wait a second. This is sacred in this moment, in this place. So what are our questions? What's our work? I ask each of us, where might God already be present in our life, waiting for us to notice? Where might God already be present in our lives, waiting for us to notice? And the second is, what would it mean this week to practice Hakarat Hamakom, the awareness of place? To pause, to breathe, and to whisper, surely holiness is in this place, and I did not know. Dear friends, we have work to do, as we always do, as we dream at the edge of what is, to find holiness in the unexpected places. Our teaching tomorrow will be on labor and love, turning our thoughts, our devotion, our intentions into sacred work. And then our third part of the teaching, which will be Friday morning, will be wrestling towards blessing, finding the courage and inner strength to be. So let's dream at the edge. Let's find holiness in the unexpected moments. for we are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 9:30. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Thank you for being here. Elisa, Jenna, Babette, whoever else is here that didn't check in. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai. Have a great day, everyone.